Welcome to another firearm show. How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing well, Kerry, and yourself?
Good,
Excellent.
good. We got a great gun here today. This is the Beretta PX4 Storm SubCompact. Very cool gun. And there's a lot of history with Beretta. Did you know that Beretta as a company has been around for 500 years?
I did not know that.
They are the longest operating company in history.
Wow.
That says something. And you would think with 500 years of experience, they could get guns right, and I believe they do.
Especially with this one.
I love every Beretta I've ever shot, from the military M9, the 92F, to this one here. And I'll tell you a little story about how I came to be in possession of this, which I shouldn't say I came to be in possession of this because it's not my gun. It's my wife's gun.
I hate it when that happens.
My wife, I've been slowly getting her into firearms, and she's been really enjoying it, and she wanted her own handgun. So we went to a show, and there was all of them laid out all over the place, and she picked and felt and, was trying different things. And originally, she was more going for the Glock 17, which hard to go wrong.
It really
Glock
is.
17. And then we came across the PX4 Storm SubCompact, and her eyes kind of lit up. I'm like, let's roll with this. Because I have no problem recommending a Beretta. Great family history, great guns. I mean, there's a reason why the military uses them. There's a reason why many police forces use them. They're reliable, they're durable, they're accurate, they're great, they're real easy to work on. So when she picked this thing up and went, ooh, I like this, I'm like, yeah. Because some of the things I like about it that I think are great for her. Now, she doesn't conceal carry this yet. She's not quite there. But she wanted something that maybe down the road, if she wanted to, she could. And so because it's nice and small, I did like some of the safety features. Now, it has a built-in decocker. You can see it on both sides. Ambidextrous controls here. Pull that down. It drops the firing pin and then brings the hammer up. And you can do that with a round in the chamber. It's not going to fire it when you decock it this way. It's just a way of safing the gun. So that means it's perfectly safe to carry a round in the magazine. Now, when you do that, now notice no red dot there, so I'm on safe, right? Trigger's disabled. Now, if I've got a round in there, I can draw this up, throw the safety off, and I'm double action.
Nice.
So in terms of bringing it out of a holster and getting on target with a round on the chamber, I can get on target and start firing. And after that first shot, it switches to single action. I really like that. Now, the Glocks, I'm not gonna berate any other gun that's out there. There's great reasons for different guns. Just for my philosophy of use in terms of concealed carry, being able to have that round in there, having it perfectly safe, not being able to pull that trigger at all. I mean, it's totally dead. Being able to pull that out and in one motion, pull that up and fire it, to me, I think really makes this a great gun.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great feature. I really like that.
So, use case, personal defense, it's a 9mm. Definitely better than the 22s or the 25 we looked at.
Yeah.
It's hard to fault a 9mm as a personal defense gun.
It really is.
Range gun,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
a lot of fun.
It was a blast.
Very accurate.
Very, very accurate.
Comfortable, accurate, real fast. My only complaint about it at all is the magazines. The magazines are a pain to load. They're so stiff. It's really hard to put those in. It came with its own little magazine holder. It helped, but I bought one of those Ablula magazine loaders.
Oh, yes.
Oh, heaven. Load that sucker up in no time flat. If you're going to get a Beretta, get an Ablula magazine loader. It will pay for itself in lack of frustration. Other features on here, got a rail.
Very nice.
So you want to put a laser or a flashlight on here. So home defense, absolutely. Having that a laser or a light on there, fantastic for home defense.
Great bonus.
What other use cases? I mean, plinking. Well, you're not often plinking with a 9mm, but
you could.
if you're out there and you're having fun, you're doing targets, great gun for that. For me, let's go ahead and move into ergonomics, right? While we're on it, for me, it's a little short on the handle. However, one of the magazines actually has a little pinky drop, and my hand fits pretty good on it. Still a little small for me.
It is a little small, and you know how I feel about small handguns anyway. I tried it with the pinky drop and without, and I was actually still comfortable shooting this handgun. I mean, I was actually very, very impressed. I never thought I'd be impressed shooting a compact, let alone a subcompact. I mean, I really like everything about this. I mean, it's very nice. If anything, I mean, it makes an outstanding backup.
There's no doubt about that. It does come with 2 other sets of grips that are a little bit bigger, so you can have a little more hand grip on it. I've never replaced them again because this is my wife's gun, so it's designed for her. But, I stole it today so that we could go out to the range and fire it.
You better get that back.
But ergonomics, I mean, it's a good gun. I love the feel of it. I prefer that little pinky drop. I can certainly fire it without it. I think if I end up buying one, I'll move up one step to the compact version.
Yeah, that one feels
just have
really
just
good.
just a little bit more, and it's just enough that my hand fits on it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I might go with the compact. For the wife, the subcompact rocks.
Yes.
Concealed carry,
It
sure,
still rocks.
why not? The safety features, the double action, everything about this just screams that it's a great concealed carry gun.
It is a great one.
What else is on our list? Firepower. Well, the came with 13-round magazines.
Very nice.
13 rounds of 9mm. Hard to argue that. I mean,
It really is. I mean, especially for something in such a small package.
when you're looking at a lot of other guns that are 7 to 10 rounds, and this is 13, single stack. So, I mean, it's not that wide. 13 rounds, man, that's some decent firepower.
You can get it done with that.
You move up to the compact and you're getting 15 rounds or 17, I think. But 13 rounds out of this, man, you can put some lead down range quite nicely. What about tearing down and cleaning?
On that model, I have never actually done it.
You've never done it? Well, I've done it
never
because it's
done
my
it.
wife's gun. So I clean this every time because she doesn't. It's actually fairly simple. We have this
Who's
little
going to pay for that one?
takedown lever. So you just flip that down and work it up. And at some point, you'll hear a click. And you probably can actually hear it.
There it is.
Hear it? Hear the click? Done. So pull out the recoil spring. Come on, baby. Ugh, there we go. Doesn't get much simpler than that.
No, that is simple.
The frame, really simple. When you're putting it back together, this little guy will have a tendency to come up. So you just got to watch that. Real easy to tell where you need to put a little bit of lube because you'll start seeing some wear on some of these parts right here. Normally, though, you really aren't going to do much in the way of cleaning in here because you're not really getting debris in there. Barrel is going to be real easy to clean. That's a little dirty. We put some rounds through it today.
Yes, we did.
So you're going to clean the barrel out. Again, look for the wear marks in here. A little lube on the side on that. Start putting it back together. And oops, I dropped it. I don't remember which way this goes, right? Well, there's a flat side and there's a side with a little raised area. Little raised area goes in the little hole. Makes it real easy to remember. So we'll just, if I can get it back in the hole. Come on, get in the hole.
Don't have any comment on that one.
I know. There we go, back in the hole. Now, remember what I said when putting this back together. Oh, actually it did it. So oftentimes you just got to watch these little things that they don't pop up and get in the way. Put it back.
I like it.
simple.
I like simple.
There's guns that are faster to tear down, but that's pretty darn simple. No tools, no headache. You got to work that lever up a little bit, but you saw unlike some other guns, there aren't like these secret positions and magic holds and voodoo magic to get it out. It's just turn it down, pull it out. Pretty simple.
Yeah, that is very simple. I like it.
So our next category we always talk about, fun factor.
Very fun. Outstanding.
Just
I had a blast.
I love firing this gun.
Yes.
Now I did make a mistake a while back, and I picked up some reloads from somebody that were a little hot. Not so fun.
No.
You want to go with your typical factory loads on this. It's not going to have a whole lot of recoil. It has some, but I think just enough to just give it a little bit of excitement.
Yeah, the plus P's not very fun in it.
Not very fun in it. It's a little small, so it's going to jerk in your hands quite a bit. With standard factory loads, not a problem. We were shooting at 20 feet, just tearing the target up. For some reason, and I don't know what it is, I've had other 9mm that are just, they're cool to fire. And again, I'm not trying to rag on the Glocks. I really love Glocks. For some reason, I like firing this better. And I'm not really sure what it is. It's just something about, maybe it's just because it's mean looking, or it's just something about it. Just, I don't know. I dig firing this gun.
Yeah, it's a great gun. I'll take my Glock, but this is a nice handgun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, but so your Glock, it's, for some reason, it doesn't just have the fun appeal to me, and I don't know what it is. I love shooting it. It's great. It's accurate. It's smooth. It's fluid. It has, you could go on and on about all the great qualities of it, but I don't know what it is about this one. You come back and you're like, oh man, that was kind of cool. Maybe it's shorter. Is that? I'm not quite sure what it is.
No, I think it's the ergonomics of it. It is a little bit different than as far as that's concerned. A Glock's straightforward. It is what it is.
Utilitarian, maybe.
Yeah,
but there's nothing wrong with that. I love Glocks, so I'm not trying to rag on them. I want to be clear about that. I'm not a Glock hater. I actually like them. But you run a mag through this, and you're like, oh man, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it really is. But for me, it comes down to the individual. If this was laying there and the Glock was laying there, I'd take the Glock. But that's
yeah. Everyone has their things, and for me, in terms of maybe nowadays, what I would choose first, I might go this route because of the safety and the double action on it.
That is a nice feature.
So weighing those two against each other.
Realistically, your finger should only be on the trigger if you're going to use it anyway. So.
Well, your best safety's right here, right?
Indeed it is.
So there's that. Yeah, it's hard to argue that. I was going to try and argue that point, and I really can't. So I'm not really sure where I was going to go. But for, I think for recommending this to my wife because of the safety features and just the fact that you can pull it out, you can unsafe it. Now it's in double action mode. Probably for someone who's not as experienced as yourself and maybe not be quite as comfortable especially with a round in the chamber, and that they're going to have to rack it first. To me, that's a downside.
Yeah, I see your point on that, but the ergonomics I think is where this is at, though.
Yeah, so I'm really happy with the purchase. She loves it. I'm really happy with it. It's fun to fire. Value. We didn't talk about value. You can pick these up for right now. They're going for about $540, and it came with two magazines.
That's not bad.
So, in terms of the competition out there, it's right on par. Yeah. It's not too high, it's not too low. It's right there in the ballpark in terms of any other gun of its caliber and quality and all that. You can find $300 9mm.
Wouldn't want to shoot them.
But you're not going to find a Beretta for $300. And the quality, the fit and finish, everything about this just screams quality. The same way a Glock does, the same way a Colt does, the same way a Smith & Wesson or a SIG does. it just has that name brand quality to
really
it
does.
that
It really does.
it's hard to argue with that point. So final impressions. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I really like it.
You know, for a mid-range gun, subcompact, 9mm, really hard to go wrong.
And that's where you're hitting it right there is subcompact. Because most subcompacts, I'll pick them up and I'll put them right down. This was actually very comfortable, very fun to shoot.
Yeah. Pain to load the magazines. Other than that, love the gun. It's the Beretta PX4 Storm subcompact.